Chelsea have spent the thick end of £1 billion on 26 players since the lifting of the transfer ban 4 years ago and signed none better than Thiago Silva, who came on a free. This is not to denounce the frenzy of overspending, although it wouldn't be difficult. Not today. Just think what good that sort of money could do other than stop Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner scoring goals. Rather to examine the enduring qualities of Silva in an era when the top clubs are all chasing central defenders quick and athletic enough to guard the vast open spaces created by the thirst for breakneck football with the full backs pushed on. These centre-halves should be comfortable enough on the ball to play one touch through a press and distribute with vision, dominant in the air and with cool minds to make the right decisions. Also, to lead and organize. Oh, and ideally, young enough to represent some sort of value for money. The sort of mythical defensive warrior found in Greek legend but rarely in real life. It's probably Virgil van Dijk's fault. For a couple of years before his serious knee injury, Van Dijk made it all look easy. In doing so, he was a catalyst for Liverpool's success and thrilling style. Chelsea have made no better signing in recent years than Thiago Silva on a free transfer. The elegant Brazilian is the closest we have seen in modern English football to Bobby Moore. The Blues missed Silva's calming presence in their 1-0 defeat to Southampton on Saturday. Silva, already 35 when he arrived at Stamford Bridge in 2019, does not fit this mold. He is no longer particularly quick but quick enough. He's not particularly big for a centre-half but good in the air. He can deal with the ball, but his greatest assets are his ability to read the game, to sense danger and be in the right place, and his temperament under pressure. The elegant Brazilian's late cameo in English football has been a delight. He is perhaps the closest we have seen in modern English football to the imperious Bobby Moore, who died 30 years ago this week. Football changes. Football stays the same. Throughout Chelsea's instability, Silva remains their best defender, adjusting from the back three system deployed by Thomas Tuchel to avoid burdening him with lots of open space to patrol into the back four of Graham Potter, who protects the 38-year-old's legs by flanking him with the speed of Reece James and Benoit Badiashile. He is one of the adults inside the dressing room. Thoughtful and sensible, his words carry weight and they miss him when he's not there. Badiashile, who has impressed since signing from Monaco, missed his soothing presence against Southampton when Potter gave Silva a breather and added defensive frailty to the awful finishing. Silva signed a new contract this month, taking through to the end of next season, by when he will be close to 40, but he looks youthful as ever and it might prove to be the best bit of business since they signed him from Paris Saint-Germain. Lethal Langstaff on course to rival Haaland. The only man with more goals than Erling Haaland in the professional leagues of English football is Macaulay Langstaff of Notts County. Langstaff, 26, was once of Middlesbrough's academy and joined County from Gateshead last summer. His hat-trick at Yeovil, on Saturday, included 2 scored in stoppage time and took his National League haul to 30 in 32 games. It is a reminder of the talent lurking beneath the EFL, particularly in the top tier of non-league, where Wealdstone are the last of the part-timers. Paul Mullen of Wrexham, who scored 2 in a 4-3 win at Aldershot, is on 24 goals, as Disney Channel subscribers will be well aware. Haaland has scored 26. Notts County's Macaulay Langstaff L is the only man in English football with more goals than Erling Haaland R. This season Hodel looks to follow in uncle's footsteps. Cambridge United are into the last 8 of the FA Youth Cup for the first time in their history. In midfield, a certain George Hodel, a nephew of Tottenham legend Glenn. In a North London twist, they face Arsenal in a quarter-final at the Emirates Stadium on Thursday. The League One side have sold 2,000 tickets. Ward-Prowse, a victim of his own loyalty. James Ward-Prowse is the Premier League's dead ball wizard, one behind David Beckham in the free kick goal charts, but there is so much more to admire about him. He is fiercely competitive, defends, can see a pass and, of course, scores a goal. His loyalty to Southampton is admirable, but it has certainly cost him England caps. It has also limited the appreciation of his qualities. There is much more to admire about James Ward-Prowse than just his free-kick-taking Samba starlets show their potential. Andre Santos, a relatively low-key Chelsea signing at £18 million from Vasco da Gama, led Brazil to glory in South America's Under-20 Championships, scoring 6 from midfield, but it was not enough to earn the 18-year-old a work permit in the UK, so he will continue his career on loan, with a move to Palmeiras lined up because Copa Libertadores football will boost his next work permit application. Another 6-goal star of Brazil's tournament in Colombia was Vitor Roque of Atlético Paranaense, likened in style to Neymar and already on the radar of the big European clubs, including Arsenal. It will be another test of Edu's connections in Brazil, vital when winning the race for Gabriel Jesus. Atletico, where former Manchester City captain Fernandinho returned to end his career, value him above £50 million based on what Real Madrid paid for Endrick. These are big numbers for teenagers. The price of Brazilian potential. At least Roque, 17, will be better placed for the UK work permit after helping his club to the Libertadores final last year. Brazil starlet Andre Santos showed his potential at the U20 South American Championships. Santos and Vitor Roque of Atlético Paranaense, pictured, both scored 6 goals in Colombia. Wells ends Bristol's spot-kick drought. Hats off to Naki Wells, who kept his nerve to convert Bristol City's first penalty in 65 games, a run of 469 days, stretching back to November 2021. He could be forgiven had he stopped practicing. An AI for Fashion has him ready for battle. Touchline tributes to Dame Vivienne Westwood were sparse. Fair play to Unai Emery wearing his bronze Gillette like the armored breastplate of Don Quixote. Nothing on Milan's club suits, however, with silver stripes and squad numbers emblazoned across the back.